You know that situation where you spend so much time searching for something only to realize eventually that what you were looking for had been right beside you all the while. That's the story of this movie titled A Lady Before Me, featuring Frederick Leonard, Sarian, Martin, Orene, and Sir Chris Akwarandu. In this movie, Jade is asked to help find a lady who went missing about 24 years ago at the age of 5 to 6 years. Now, Jade succeeded, but only through a coincidence after he accidentally hit the lady with his car, ran into her again on the road, and then housed her eventually. But beyond just finding her, Jade fell in love with this lady, and the lady fell in love back with Jade. So that's the outside story beyond just the search, the finding of the lady who was missing. First of all, I think the acting of the three major characters in this movie was okay. I mean, they could have done better, of course, but acting was not a weak area in this movie. Secondly, given how much I have criticized YouTube movies for not paying attention enough to details very often, it is refreshing to see positive changes in this movie. In Jade's house, for example, there were his pictures on the wall by the bedside, and it was the same at the house of Chief Cosmos. This little effort sort of personalized those houses, so made them look more natural, like the houses were truly those of Jade and Chief Cosmos and not something rented for the sake of a movie. You get what I mean? Thirdly, I commend how the movie underlines the struggles of girls who find themselves on the streets. The abuse, the bullying, the rape, and other extremities suffered by Ebere collectively represent the suffering of so many girls on the streets. I was hoping that people don't just watch them and move on. I'm hoping that they watch them and can relate with the sufferings of girls out there. Now, let's talk about what the movie could have done better. Number one, the whole idea of resuming the search for Ebere 24 years after her disappearance didn't quite make sense to me, especially because of the approach taken. Jade alone was given the task. No police or other law enforcement agencies were approached this time. So even though Ebere's disappearance was suspected to be a kidnap case, the man, the Cosmos, and Jade himself didn't think it was right to involve the police this time in their search. And then, who kidnaps a 5 to 6 year old child and takes them to the orphanage? I mean, I'm asking this because I was surprised that Jade was busy searching orphanages around one after the other in his local government area. Plus, didn't he search them before? I mean, he had searched before, according to his discussion with Chief Cosmos. So when he searched before, which areas did he search? So why is he narrowing down everything to the orphanages? Didn't he go there before? Why didn't he think Ebere could be in a different local government area or even a different state after all these years? Why narrow everything down to one local government area? And then Jade was asking strangers on the street if they knew a 30-year-old woman based on a picture taken when the said woman was about 5 to 6 years at very most. I mean, how easy or how possible is it for a stranger to tell that they've seen a 30-year-old woman based on a picture taken of the woman at 5 to 6 years? Even Jade himself had been living with Ebere without knowing that this lady was the same person on the picture when she was much younger. And come to think of it, how did Ebere herself recognize herself in the picture, given that she hadn't seen herself in any picture since she was 5 to 6 years old, before she was kidnapped or before she went missing? At 30 years or thereabout, how can she recognize herself in the picture taken when she was 5 or 6? Difficult, maybe possible, but really, really, really difficult. Number two, how did Ebere change her name from Beatrice to Ebere? Who renamed her? What actually happened to her? Was she truly kidnapped? If so, how did she manage to disappear? How did she manage to escape from the kidnappers? How did she survive till she became an adult? I mean, the movie failed to address so many of these things. You can say maybe she forgot her name was Beatrice and took up another name. Anybody who could forget her name should, of course, be unable to recognize themselves in a picture taken when they were 5 years. Don't you think so? Number three, when Ebere was taken abroad for further studies, I assumed it was university. And so I asked, where did she get secondary school certificates needed for university admission? And by the way, Ebere's language was a lot inconsistent. One minute she was speaking like a street girl, the next minute she was speaking impeccable English.
Baby,
What?
why do you have a picture of me when I was a child?
I don't understand.
What till I mean be saying now maybe this when I small. Why do you have my picture? Why you get my small picking picture now?
Furthermore, Jade received a call from the doctor regarding a test. presumably Ebere's test. He got so agitated and then left to visit Ebere. But when he received another call, likely apologizing that the initial information was wrong, he didn't tell us what the first information was. Until the end of the movie, nobody said anything about the first information. It didn't impact the movie in any way because he could have gone to see Ebere any time else he wanted. So it makes you wonder why that detail was needed in that movie. And that detail and a few other unnecessary ones contributed unnecessarily to the long run time of the movie, 2 hours plus. Could have been a lot shorter if such details were taken off because they didn't impact the movie in any way. Finally, it is evident from the makeup marks on Ibere's face and the residue of powder on Jade's face that the entire movie was shot in a single day. Now, ordinarily, this is not an issue, but given the loopholes I've pointed out, you can guess that the production was rushed unnecessarily. So for me, this is a 3/10 production, the 3/10 movie. But I'd like to hear from you if you have seen the movie. What do you think about the movie? And of course, my review. But don't forget to share this video, like it, of course, and then subscribe to my channel so you get to watch more reviews when I post them.